Welcome to the 23rd video. What we'll be talking about in this 23rd video will be divs, div elements. What do we understand by the word div? Basically, in web design or in HTML markup, div are used to section a website into different sections. For instance, you see this, we have different sections already in it. We have the first section here, second section, third and fourth. All these are used in terms of paragraphs. But when talking about divs, you can use divs to separate all this and make them look even prettier in terms of styling. So there's no much difference between what we have here and when you use divs, because divs are invisible, but when styled, they give something pretty good. So even if you change this to divs, everything will still remain the same. So let's just see how the divs work. Here is our template. So presently, let's just say in the body, let's open a div tag here, DIV, close it, come under, before the heading 2, under the heading 1, let's close it, DIV. Now, as you can see, this is heading 1, and now we've added a div here. If we save and close it, try to refresh our work here, div 1 is meant to control this, my first website. If you refresh, nothing happens because presently the div is invisible, no styling applied to it, and we've already styled h1. Instead of styling h1, if we decide to give it a div ID, for instance, equal to, decide to give it h1, save it and refresh, nothing still happens. So now if we return back to our CSS, here we need to work the magic, and in place of h1 and h2, if we decide to cut it off and decide to give a div, if we save this now, before we do that, let's just refresh it. There you go, my first website is back to the way it was, black and left aligned. So what we need to do right now is go back and add a div ID called h1 just underneath. Let's paste what we have here. h1. So if we save it and refresh, as you can see, it has affected it back and everything is still working as the same. Now we are no longer using the h1 styling, but we are instead is the div itself is styled, and everything is inheriting the codes that are placed within the div, which is this first one here, this h1 div. So if we decide to change all the div tags, all of them here, and decide to change their styling, everything will still look the same because the style is just there as it is. So for div elements, what they are used for basically is just to section a website. You need to design a good looking web template or website. You don't just use h1 paragraph, you use divs. So everything that will be within the divs, there can be div within divs, which are going to be child element to a parent div. But however you decide to do it, it's still the same thing. So at this point, if you look at if we decide to put comma h2 here, for instance, if we refresh, everything is affecting it as it used to be. So it works perfectly, nothing is changed. It's just that at this point we use div. So you can go online and try it out yourself, check other examples. The military school is there, where you can have a good look at what divs element is all about. Thank you, and see you in the next video.